Gun violence among teens is nothing new for Hampton Roads, and law enforcement agencies are preparing for a violent summer. Some people are wondering what drives teens towards guns and gangs. Sarah Hammond talked to a former gang member about how the community can help.
In the 1980s, Joel Jones was running with a rough crowd in Arkansas.
At like 12, I was initiated into a gang.
He says he's been to jail for things like theft and fighting and was headed down the wrong path.
During that era, it was said that young black men were considered endangered species because we were dying by the age of 24 and in these low-income areas in the hood.
For him, joining a gang was about finding structure, guidance, and belonging to something. Now, after serving 24 years in the U.S. Navy, he's trying to keep kids from going down that dark path.
You gotta demonstrate that with them.
With firearm training.
And if you become more aware, you become more responsible. And we can lessen, totally eliminate over time this gun violence that's happening with our youth.
He's teaching them about the law, the mechanics of the gun, and the gravity of the machine they're holding in their hands, because he says many of them have no idea. Detective Mark Kuhl is working from within the Chesapeake Police Department's gang unit to reduce the recruiting pool for local gangs.
Kids that are in these neighborhoods that you know there's a gang element in there, when you ask them, hey, what's the gang going to do for you? They'll tell you prison and death.
He says he's learned talking to these kids their reason for joining a gang and getting a firearm boils down to one thing.
It's self-esteem. It's self-value. At the end of the day, I can attribute almost all criminal behavior to how one feels about themselves.
Kuhl says he sees three sets of people: ones that are over the fence, that are facing the consequences of their actions, ones that are teetering on the edge, and ones that are looking up at the fence. He says it's not too late for the latter two.
Lead with empathy and compassion, and that's how we get our way out of it. And it has to be earlier intervention.
Both men say between mentors, outreach programs, and the police, there are many ways to engage these kids and show them options beyond what's just on their block.
These kids want to belong to something. They truly want to belong to something.
Sarah Hammond, 13 News Now.
Jones is teaching firearm safety classes all month long. To learn more, search gangs on 13newsnow.com.